Right then, we're back at the South Gare. I've got my Mad Dog Survival t-shirt on because the primary mission down here today is the unboxing. I've got the box here, look, on the pack frame. The unboxing of the Mad Dog Survival 1000 subs giveaway. So I'm going to find a spot a bit less windy than this one, and I'm going to do that. Okay, now for the big moment, and I hope you can hear me because I've had to bring the Boya wireless microphone into play, and we've only got a limited amount of time because, as you might be able to detect from behind me, there's barnacles all the way up and limpets all the way up this wall. We are below high water level and the tide is coming in. So I put some bricks on the tripod, and I'll have to keep hold of everything, but we shall start the unboxing of the main part of the Mad Dog Survival 1000 subs giveaway, of which I am the glorious winner. Although to win sounds as if you've actually had to put a lot of effort in, whereas I was randomly drawn out of a hat, so selected rather than winning, I would say. Right, let's get on with it then. Now, I am rather hoping and suspecting that there's an ignition source in here, because I didn't bring one with me, deliberately really, and I have brought some dinner with me, although by the time we get to dinner time the tide might be too far up. Right, I don't want to stab into it. It's well packaged. I just don't know where to start on the box. It's so well packaged, I just don't know where to. I think I'll just go in from the top here, I think. I don't want to stick the knife right into it and cut through anything. Right, we'll go in through the little opening I've made here. That's my UK legal carry knife, less than 3 inches, folding, blah de blah. Very good, given to me by a good blacksmith friend of mine. Manticore knives, pouch as well. But that's not what this is about. This is about what's in this box. So, first item out of the box. Essential when we're messing about doing bushcraft. At some point we are just going to cut ourselves or injure ourselves in some other way. But if you're mucking about with knives, eventually, however careful you are, you're going to cut yourself. And let's just have a quick peek in it. I don't want to get it out here, it's far too windy, but we'll just have a quick peek. Instructions, triangular bandage which can be used for any amount of things. Little scissors, antiseptic, gloves, tape, and there's enough pieces of kit there to sterilise and sort out a wound. Your triangular bandages can be used as strap-ins or anything else. Your little conforming bandages can be used as dressings. That's something I'll probably adjust slightly, but it's a good start and it's something you should have with you. And it's a nice little container as well to contain it all in. So as a bushcrafter, that's something you should carry with you in one form or another. So that's a good piece of kit, good useful piece of kit. Just put a rock on the bag there. The next item out, 25 feet of paracord. It's in a sealed package. It's in a sealed package. I'm getting it out of interest, but I can see straight away that it is the sort of paracord with the internal strands in it. So if you've not got any fishing kit or anything like that, you could perhaps use the centre of that paracord. But I can think another immediate use that's going to be put to in the not too distant future. Not all of it, some of it I'll use for tying stuff on. So that's another essential piece of bushcraft equipment. If you've ever made string, and I've made string, I've made string from nettles, and you can get it reasonably strong, but to make string, it's very, very, very time consuming, and until you're much better than I am at it, you're not going to get a great deal of consistency. So another item that will be used. Yeah, put them in for the minute. These were stuck together, but they've just come apart. Hand warmers fit inside gloves and jacket pockets. Up to 10 hours. Up to 10 hours. I might even try one of these now. I might even try one of these now. Open product by hand, do not cut, and remove hand warmer. To protect your hands from cold, keep the hand warmers in an enclosed area, e.g. your jacket pocket or gloves. As the hand warmers are activated by oxygen, only open pouch immediately before use. Ingredients: iron, active carbon and water. Intended use: hand warmers are single use heating pads activated by exposure to oxygen and produce up to 10 hours of heat. The soft and flexible hand warmers are ready to use and help to keep your hands warm during any outdoor activity. Simply place the hand warmers inside your gloves or jacket pocket and enjoy long-lasting protection against the cold. Well, I think these are a good idea. I think they take a little while to get up to full. I'm going to try one now. Put that away, because if these are as good as I think they are, then I am actually going to purchase some, because they'll be good for your first aid kit or in an emergency use. So I'm going to try one of these now. It's no good having stuff and not trying it. So it's going to be activated by just exposure to the air, and it's going to take a while, I think, to start get going. There's plenty of air here, so I'm going to put that in my pocket and we'll monitor that. Right, I'm going to get these two out. There is here, that's a sticker and that's a card. That's a card and that's a sticker. So I shall display those. That's just like the t-shirt, just like the t-shirt. I shall display those. Right, a Fresnel lens. I might not be saying that correctly, but that's what it is. It's very thin, it's thinner than I thought it would be, and it's in a plastic protective sheet. Now, I know the intended use of this is for starting fires, but you can also magnify with it. What I mean is it's optical grade. You can actually, I could actually, us old codgers start losing the ability to see things close up, which makes it difficult on the small print. But with this, it is magnifying and good enough quality to read the small print by. The sun at this time of year is quite low, but there we go, the cardboard box is smoking now. You may not see that smoking, but it is smoking, because the smoke is just blowing away just like that. So that is an effective fire starter, and it's non-consumable. You can just use it over and over and over and over, as long as there's some sun, of course. As long as there's some sun, that's your only criteria. And reasonably, not high sun, but you know, up in the sky there. And you can see that's smoking straight away. So, I mean, I'm going to find it a little bit difficult starting a fire with a piece of cardboard. I'd have to go and find some, ideally a bit of charcoal, or newspaper would be good enough. A charcloth or charcoal, that should get that alight straight away. Right, this is very light. This would blow straight away if I let go of it. It's very thin. It's even in a plastic case, and I've just been using it through the plastic case. So that's good to go. Non-consumable fire starter. Use it over and over and over again. And the next item out is, what's this? Now then, I can tell you what this is. It's the activated charcoal. So this is activated charcoal. It's not just it made me laugh that I saw his original YouTube video when he was packing all this, and he said it's not just charcoal out my fire pit. That made me laugh, because it isn't. I'm not sure what they do to make it activated, but there's some process that they use that makes the charcoal much more porous than it otherwise would be. So if I were using this to filter my drinking water, it would take out much smaller particles much more effectively. So it's not necessarily going to take out some chemicals, but it'll take out particles. It probably will take out some chemicals, but not all chemicals. But certainly your average pond water, going through this, it would take out anything big enough to biologically do you some damage, you know, parasites and things. So we'll be putting this into play in future times. Next out, light sticks. We used to use these for various reasons in the military, because you could store them for very long periods of time, no batteries necessary. You break them, and I believe it breaks a glass vial inside, and two chemicals mixed together, and then it emits a light, and I don't think there's any heat at all given off. I don't know what colours we've got here. Instructions: when ready to use, remove foil wrap, that'll be the outer wrapping it's in, shake contents and bend to snap. Light will be emitted for 12 hours. Doesn't say what colour. Doesn't say what colour. Oh, that'll be the colour. That'll be the colour. So I've got a blue one, a red one, and an orange one. Blue one, red one and orange one. So one dark night while we're camping, because it's alright having this gear and this tells me what it does, but to have gear you should use the gear. So if you're going to, say like the Israeli bandage, you're buying Israeli bandage for your first aid kit, that would be a good thing to buy for your first aid kit. But don't buy one, buy two, so you can play with one and keep the other one in case you need it. Same with these. I'll probably use the orange one and keep the other two. Right, next out the box. There's a piece of paper in here. Right, I'm going to have to read this to myself before I read it to you because I don't know what's in it. Okay, well there's nothing in it that I can't read out. It just says, "Hello mate, well done winning my giveaway. I hope you find some of these items useful." Well, every item I've pulled out of the box so far I will find useful. Right, posted your t-shirt out separately due to postage and package, so you should be getting that soon. Well actually I got the t-shirt first. I got the t-shirt last Tuesday. Thank you for taking part and thank you for supporting my channel. Best wishes brother, Mad Dog. Well, I have been viewing his channel for a long time and I have commented on and liked his channel because it deserves it. We're all learning a lot from each other. I know some stuff already, but even if you think you know stuff, watching other people do it, you just pick up on little things that you've never thought of. So I've got no problem supporting his channel because it's a good channel and it's a good family channel as well. Some channels are good channels, but I wouldn't describe them as family channels, whereas Mad Dogs is good channel, good family channel. Right, next item. I know what this is. Oh hang on, we brought two items out, three items out at once there. Put them back. Right, I know what this is. It's what you would call, I call it a shemag, some people call it a shemog. It's essentially a large, might be 4 foot square, might be slightly smaller, but it's essentially a large square of cloth. And it has many uses. If I'm in Australia, I use this to keep the sun off. I use it to keep sand off. I've left my coyote tan one over there because I'd wrapped up some kangaroo meat in it, so I left it over there. It can be used as an improvised bandage. It can be used, was it Bushcraft Bums, I think, demonstrated using one as a rucksack. So any number of uses. I'm sure they could be put to more than 101 uses. Something to aim for, 101 uses of the shemag. So we'll be getting that out and playing with that later on. So that's if you know all the uses of them, you can use it as a piece of string, you can use it as a rope. I could use it to tie stuff to me pack frame. So as I say again, you've got to play with things, even to destruction. So we'll be playing with that. Right, this is what I'd be able to get a fire going with this with the Frenzel lens, no problem at all. But I'm not going to use it up here because the tide's coming in. I'm not sure how long I've got a good hour yet. I might just get a fire going and put a put my dinner on, which is soup. But this is charred netting, charred material, so it'll take a spark. So it will be taking a spark, and we'll be making some as well. We've got here water sterilisation tablets. They're certainly the same make as that comes out of a UK military ration pack, and one tablet should deal with 1 litre of water, but if you suspected it was very heavily contaminated, I would put 2 in and then leave it for a while. Let's see the instructions of these. 1 litre, I'm trying to read the French here. So one tablet does 1 litre and leave for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So your water could still look dirty, but this would kill any bugs in it, any bugs or viruses or parasites. That's what those would do. And then if you wanted to clean it up a bit, you could use your charcoal and your straws and your bag there to contain it all. So I'm gonna have a go at doing that. Oh, this is a good item. This is a good. I'm going to have to take this out of the package. He's made this. He's stuck a handle on a ferrocerium rod there, and I can't. There's no strike marks on the ferrocerium rod, so it hasn't been used. I can tell it hasn't been used because it's got a black coating on it. The black coating is to protect it. A ferrocerium rod is a mixture of quite a few metals, some of them with very, very low ignition points of about not much higher than 100 degrees C. And there's so that would be, say, cerium, and then you've got other things in lanthanum, the one that really powerful magnets are made out of as well. There's some of that in there, and there's also some magnesium in there, and there's also some iron in there, hence the ferrocerium. So there's a black coating on because those chemicals are quite reactive and they'll rust in just the air, so it needs to be protected. And he's put a bit of hacksaw blade on there for a striker, and obviously as well as another good useful purpose item on it. So this is several things in one, really. I know the hacksaw is not really big enough to do any hacksawing with, but I could use it as a flathead screwdriver if I'm careful, because it should be very brittle and might snap. But it would cut small bits of wood, and I could use it as a poking about stick. So anyway, let's give it a try, shall we? The first few strikes nothing will happen because I'll just be taking off the black, which is just a protective layer. So I'm going to stop the video and just make sure I am actually recording with this recording kit. And thankfully I am recording, so I'm going to give this striker a go because I just can't resist. I just can't resist. Now, I don't know how 90 degrees this is. So as I say, the first few strikes nothing's going to happen because I'm going to have to take some of the black protective material off. So there we go, I've just got a very, very skinniest amount of black material off, and we're getting sparks already. Okay, so we've got strong wind, strong light, but we have got plenty of sparks. So we're not going to complain at that, and I'm not going to start scraping down this wood or anything. I'm going to leave it as it is for now. It's well stuck in there. It won't be stuck in too far, so I could scrape wood off, but I'm going to leave it as it is for now. I might have to start a fire with it later on, or depending on what material I can get. I might use the magnifying glass. Right, what's this? Oh, this is just a note from the carrier with my address on it and stuff, so we don't need that. Right, there's something here